which is melted will stay melted, and more will melt. Ecosystems are altered by natural and human-made occurrences. As they recover, it will be in a different climate from that in which they evolved. The climate in which they recover will not be stable. It will be continuing to warm. There will be no new normal, only more change." End quote. Wow. Ultimately, however, I have faith that we sapient humans should be able to harness those changes to mitigate those changes. I mean, look at good drawdown solutions that we should be able to pull from our drawdown solutions cloud, like number 29, wave and tidal power, estimated to reduce CO2 by 9.2 gigatons at a net cost of $411.8 billion. But the savings so far appear to be negative financially until the infrastructure is well established, and that's why it isn't seeing a lot of implementation yet. But there have been some successful installations in the far north, particularly by a company called Wave Energy Scotland, and there's been development for decades in the South Pacific, like in Oahu, Hawaii. And recently, Bombora Wave Power in Western Australia has successfully deployed this clean source of electricity since 2015. But it isn't anything new. As a quick wiki shows us, quote, "The first known patent to use energy from ocean waves dates back to 1799 and was filed in Paris by Girard and his son." An early application of wave power was a device constructed around 1910 by Beauchot-Prassaic to light and power his house at Royan near Bordeaux in France. It appears that this was the first oscillating water column type of wave energy device. From 1855 to 1973, there were already 340 patents filed in the UK alone, end quote. What is new and changing is the energy found in the waves. The more the globe warms up, the more the hydrosphere and atmosphere must shed that kinetic energy to reach equilibrium. And so, as we all know, the frequency, size, and intensity of storms and their ripple effects is increasing. But ironically, that means more energy to use to offset that generated by fossil fuels. And if we build out the infrastructure, regardless of the cost, we can end up obviating the need for fossil energy altogether, and then, when the carbon is drawn down, continue to exploit the natural background force of the ever-present waves and tides and winds. In fact,